Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Om Gam Ganapate Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwaraha Guru Reva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sarva Mangala Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trambake Devi Narayani Namostute Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namah Shivaya Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha Shri Paramagurubhyo Namaha Om Namo Narayanaya Shri Radha Krishnaya Namo Namaha Om Hari Om. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 5th of January 2026. We're in the new year at this point. Lots of prayers for everybody's success, health, wealth, happiness all the way around. We are continuing by the Krupa of Paramatma, Bhagavad Tattva, and all the great sages to continue our further study, examination, understanding of Ishta Devata, Ishta Bhakti in relation to Upasna. So Upasna, Ishta Bhakti, Prema Lakshana Bhakti, all of these terms, these ideas that we have been examining last many months, they all are hanging together. They are together. If there are questions about their meaning or their particular way that they are utilized in terms of our sadhana, please do make comments about that. Would love to definitely go into it further if that is your wish. So to continue from yesterday, please remember that the relationship with one Swarup, एक स्वरूप के साथ परम निष्ठा. This is called Ishta Bhakti. Ishta means the one that you love from the heart. That is called Ishta. And we already have that tendency and capacity with the objects of the senses and with everything else that is in the world. We already have that. Different sampradayas are based on this concept. Many sampradayas are based on this concept. In particularly the bhakti related sampradayas, even the Advaitic sampradayas start with Ishta Devata. Our mental mechanism, our Anthakarna, is a mass of confusion, contradiction, mixtures of experience. This is what is inside of us. And the concept in Sanatana Dharma is that the temples that are there, the mandirs that have been built, the scriptures that are there, the Santa Parampara that is there, beautiful temples. We were just there yesterday in one of the Swaminarayan temples. What is the purpose of all of this? Beautiful murtis are there, beautiful mandirs are there. Now everywhere they're there, all throughout. Hindu mandir hai, Krishna ke mandir hai, Shivji ke mandir hai, Swaminarayan ke mandir hai, Akshardham sab ho gaye. So many beautiful, amazing places. Vrajdham, Vrajbhumi. Gujarati ma kevo ek thi ek adhik mandirot bani gaya che. So many beautiful mandirs are there. Hum swayam mandir ban jaye. That is the goal. मन मंदिर ना खुने खुने थी कचरो काढ़ी नाक जो. हमारा जो मंदिर है, हमारा किस मंदिर है? मन मंदिर, अंतःकरण मंदिर बन जाए. दिस इज आवर गोल. इसमें भगवान जो इष्ट देव है उनकी प्रतिष्ठा हो जाए. बस पूरा काम हो गया. ये इतना ही करना है. कृष्ण की उपासना करनी है तो कृष्ण की उपासना, डू इट प्रॉपरली. Don't deviate from that. Because this is one of the problems we have in Sanatana Dharma. Not problems, but people are confused. If you are a Krishna Bhakta and you go to Shiv temples, you go to Devi temple, you go to Ganesh temple, you go to different sampradayas, Swaminarayan sampradaya, everybody is teaching their particular path. That's fine. Respect it. Take good things from there. You can also engage in that to some extent. But don't change the upasana. ये सचिन की एक भक्त की प्रार्थना है आप सबको. उपासना बदलनी नहीं. आप स्वामीनारायण की उपासना करते तो उनकी उपासना व्यवस्थित कीजिए. रामकृष्ण परमहंस देव की उपासना करते तो उनकी उपासना व्यवस्थित कीजिए. देयर आर पीपल इन throughout the world who worship Ramakrishna Paramahansa as incarnation of God. If you want to do that, then do that properly. There's a whole way of doing that. There's all kinds of stotras there, there's bhajans there, there are images, there's so much is involved. That is your ishta then. वो आपके इष्ट बन जाते. In Sanatan Dharma, the incarnations of God can be ishta, and it is there also where sometimes gurus, highest level sages, are also sometimes considered as ishta. Although as per शिक्षापत्री में भगवान कृष्ण और उनके अवतार ही ध्यान करने योग्य है, not gurus. गुरु का महिमा है, सत्पुरुष का महिमा है. If they are actual incarnation, उनको ध्यान आप कर सकते हैं. This is a tricky thing. That's that very fine line. How do you know if somebody is incarnation or not? I don't want to go into that right now. But be careful. कि किसका ध्यान करते. ध्यान means you're absorbed inside. The warning is there in the शिक्षापत्री. Not just warning, it is आज्ञा. भगवान श्रीजी महाराज, सजानंद स्वामी महाराज, in the form of सतगुरु, वो कहते हैं कि भगवान कृष्ण और भगवान कृष्ण के जो अवतार है उनका जो ध्यान उपासना उनकी करनी है. Why? Because they are perfect. They are beyond Maya. Remember this point that Man Mandir में Bhagwan is actually already present inside the Atma. But this is talking about the Anthakarna. Inside our mind, inside our Anthakarna, we want Bhagavad Tattva to be installed. Pratishta करनी चाहिए मन मंदिर में. मन को मंदिर बनाना और मंदिर में प्रतिष्ठा इष्ट देव की करनी. दिस इज व्हाट इट इज. तो किसकी प्रतिष्ठा होनी चाहिए? भगवान की. भगवान की ही प्रतिष्ठा होती है, नोबडी एल्स. संत जो है वो भगवान जैसे है. दे आर ग्रेट, दे आर ऑलवेज प्रेजेंट, दे आर लिबरेटेड बीइंग्स, बट दे आर नॉट उपास्य. उपास्य एक पर ब्रह्म तत्व, एक ही तत्व उपास्य है. They are intermediary. Guru Paramparas are intermediary to reach the Lord. The Lord God is one. This is upasana. Now, somebody might say, I want to worship some great saint. Like Sai Baba, for example. Satya Sai Baba or this Shirdi ke Sai Baba. People worship the saints, right? ऐसी भी बहुत परंपरा in Sanatan Dharma. If your bhav is shuddha and if that saint is absolutely pure and absolutely enlightened, भगवान उस फॉर्म में भी आपको दर्शन दे सकते. भगवान तो किसी भी फॉर्म में दर्शन देते. Actually, it really depends on you. If your Anthakarna is pure, even if the guru or somebody on the outside is not at that highest level, God will see. God sees your intentions. He will set it correctly. Automatically it will set up properly. It happens automatically. You will see that. As long as our intention is to reach Paramatma and to build the Mana Mandir, automatically that buddhi, gnan, everything will come about what needs to come, what needs to go. That viveka will come. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Bhagwan swam buddhi yog dete. We will know what needs to go, what needs to come. Not because of ego. That is the viveka, the sharp viveka that opens up from inside. That automatically happens through anubhav. Ye anubhav ka marg hai. But in terms of what we are talking about, at least, mandir, the word mandir has the word man. Manas. That's what the rishis are talking about. It's not just the physical structure. Physical structure is the beginning. It is the level of the senses. It's necessary. We have satsang programs, bhajans programs, we meet devotees. Everything is good. That is just the very first layer. Beginning layer, necessary. Better than nothing. Do that first. Like Sunday programs are there, archanas are there, koti kumkum archanas are there. So many things are there. Different utsavs are there. ये सब करना, जाना, मंदिरों में जाना. It's good because it is a divine atmosphere. भगवान के जो भक्त वहाँ होते हैं, एक पवित्र वातावरण होता है. There is there is the feeling of bhakti and bhav and emotion and prayer. Those are the vibrations there. The physical temples are extremely important. That is the place to begin. But remember, that is the beginning, right? Now, we want to continue our journey. I'm going to continue from yesterday about building your own meditation zone. Meditation, dhyan, I would call it upasana zone. If you come to, some people are coming to my place, I've created these zones at home. That's why they're created, exactly for this reason. To do sadhana. Sadhana करनी है, इसमें बहुत शांत मन होना चाहिए, पवित्र वातावरण होना चाहिए. The place you're doing sadhana needs to be purified. There should not be any distraction. The whole house should be absolutely in order, cleanliness. You have to make the environment clean. Things should not be thrown all over the place. Get it all cleaned up. One step at a time. People are sometimes overwhelmed. How can I do so much? You cannot do everything at one time. 1 hour at a time. 10 minutes at a create a vision what the house should look like. So when we enter into the home, the feeling should be, aha, ye Bhagwan ka dham hai. Ghar ne mandir banao. This year, now Sachin has decided by the grace of Guru Parampara and Bhagavad Krupa, abhi 100% spirituality बतानी है. No dilution. Zero dilution. No, there will not be any even tinge of dilution. It will be 100% adhyatma. In Gujarati we say nakkar adhyatma ave pirasvanu છે. What it really is. There are relative levels. And all of those lower or foundational levels are already going to be in this. So let's go into it now very carefully. बहुत ध्यान से ये मार्ग पकड़ना है भगवान की दया से. First point, create the environment. Have a room. That is your mandir room. Why that mandir room? इसमें भगवान की उपासना. The center murti is your ishta devata. If you don't have it, reset it and make sure that the center murti is ishta. गणेश जी की उपासना है तो महागणपति जी की मूर्ति होनी चाहिए. Whichever form of Ganesh you want, that should be in the center. कृष्ण की उपासना करनी है श्री कृष्ण, Krishna Bhagwan has to be in the center. If some people do Radha upasana, then Radha ji is in the center. जिसकी उपासना करते हो उसका center point होना चाहिए. भगवान स्वामीनारायण की उपासना करते हो तो भगवान स्वामीनारायण का स्वरूप सेंटर में होना चाहिए. Everything else is पूज्य. शिव जी की उपासना करते हो, शिवलिंग भगवान शिव परिवार भगवान शंकर की मूर्ति सेंटर में होनी चाहिए. देवी की उपासना करते हो तो उनकी मूर्ति, माता जी की उपासना करते हो, दुर्गा देवी की, लक्ष्मी माता की, सरस्वती देवी, जिसकी उपासना करते हो उसका सेंटर में लक्ष्य होना चाहिए. दैट इज योर 90% साधना. विठल की उपासना करते मराठी कल्चर में, विठल रुक्माई, तो उनकी मूर्ति सेंटर में होनी चाहिए. बहुत ध्यान रखना. लक्ष्मी नारायण की करते हैं तो लक्ष्मी नारायण देव, किसी भी की करो, नो प्रॉब्लम, but that should be the center. That is your internal bond, and that will happen in time. That doesn't happen like, oh, now I have to do this now. It's not like that. That comes about after some time of doing bhakti in generic sense. सबके मंत्र भजन कीर्तन सबका करो. Study करो also, do abhyas also, different sampradayas and all that, and then from inside भगवान को प्रार्थना करके, हे प्रभु आप किस फॉर्म में मेरे उपासना करनी है. And then you will know from inside that this is my ishta. Sometimes that happens because of Jnana, because of the wisdom in the scriptures. Sometimes it happens because of this, just the Swarup is so attractive. We fall in love with Shiv. It happens. We fall in love with Krishna. Some people fall in love with Jesus. It's okay. Fall in love. We say fall in love is rising in love, really. That's fine. That's another way. Sometimes it happens because the name is so sweet. Ram, Ram, Ram. Ah, Madhura, Madhura, Naam, Shri Ram. Itna aram milta hai. Ram mein aram. There are people who do only Ram Naam. There's one of the singers, actually, one of the devotee wo Bhagwan ke bhakt hai, Ram ji ke. Ram par hi Ram dhunik bolte hai. Thousands of people are sitting to listen. Kya? And because he's gone into that. See, this is Ishta Bhakti. I'll show you the video tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll definitely show it. I think the last name is Tilvat, Tilvat. Some Gujarati fellow is there. बहुत भक्ति है उनमें. You can see it on his face. और केवल राम नाम. And हनुमान जी का करते चालीसा. Shri Ram, Ram का ही total focus. This is called Ishta. And he's just lost inside. And thousands of people are resonating with. इसको कहते हैं. This is called Ishta Bhakti, that is evolving inside, growing. Because you find so much sweetness inside the Ram Naam. So this is how it works. Bhagwan ka naam, Madhura Madhura Naam, Sitaram, Sitaram. You just fall in love with the name. Then that is your Ishta. That is another way it goes. Sometimes it happens because of Guru Paramparas. A certain Guru is so awakened, like in Swaminarayan Sampradaya, like in the BAPS organization. We were just there yesterday. Puja Mahant Swamiji, current Guru, who I had contact with many times. Unke jo Guru ji se, Puja Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj, unke Guru. Sometimes you fall in love with the saintliness of the Gurus. कि Guru Parampara kitni alokik hai, kitne mahan hai. And then through that process, the Ishta comes to you. That can happen that way. Sometimes it happens through just bhajans. Bhagwan Krishna ke jo bhajan hai, Mirabai has written so many bhajans. You just fall in love with these bhajans. And through that, upasana becomes clear. Krishna ki upasana kar, bas. It has to come. It will come. Don't force it. Don't force anything. It will open naturally. This is my Ishta. And once that begins, start walking that path. Create the temple at home. Create the mandir. Dhyan karne ke liye, it's a laboratory. It's an experimental laboratory. Then you will see what happens. You sit with the Paramatma. Bhagavad Gita, Sachin's recommendation, always Gita ji has to be there. Other scriptures are fantastic. Jnaneshwari, Vachanamrutam, everything, jo bhi Ramakrishna Paramahansa ke jo shastra hai, whatever you want to keep, fine. But keep Gita in the center for Jnana. That is the Adhyatmik Shastra. For all of Sanatana Dharma, for all of humanity, for everybody. And it doesn't say Sri Krishna Uvacha, it says Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. Bhagwan bolte hai. Bhagwan Krishna hi hai. But the reason Vedvyas ji put Shri Bhagwan Uvacha, again this is Sachin's interpretation only, because God is one. And many forms are there, many ways. So you can go in start with any Swarup. Bhagavad Tattva Eke. Sarvadeva Namaskaram Keshavam Prati Gacchati. Now, as that link begins through bhajans, set aside time, half an hour. Start with small periods of time. Half an hour, betna hai, Bhagwan ke aage, saath. And half an hour, start with bhajans. Gunatitanand Swami gives this guidance. Gunatitanand Swami has given 4 stages in this. Ke sarva karta bhajan karu. Leave other things aside, start doing bhajan kirtan. Because our mind and our emotions will resonate easily with bhajans. Tari murati re che jo nenu no shanagar. So many bhajans are. Kitne sundar. Thousands of bhajans are there. गुजराती में, हिंदी में, मराठी में, भजन के साथ start doing that. And you can do initially just with all the देवतास, उनको नमस्कार कीजिए, and then आपके जो इष्ट है उनका start doing the bhajans. Then the नाम रटन, उनकी जो धुन है, like Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. This is dhun. It's a mantra also, and that is repeated. Then the mantra is there. So start increasing the connection with the Ishta through bhajans, through stotra, through mantra, through shastra, and through the expositions given by the different sages. Slowly. It cannot all be done at one time. Little bit at a time. But start doing it consistently, like we're doing it here every day. We're doing good Vishnu Sahasranam, we're doing other mantras and all that. Many of you are coming every single day. It's good we're doing it online. That's very nice. It's a sadhana. And that will continue. And the exposition is there for the whole world. All of you are here online. Right? So this is how the relationship increases. Then, so bhajan, kirtan, start doing that for good 1 month. And the best way to do it is in a disciplined way at the same time for the same amount of time. So for example, if Sachin says I'm going to do from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. or from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., exactly for this 1 hour, this is going to be done. Everything else, take care of it, set it up in such a way for doing sadhana. Without discipline, we cannot regulate our mind, cannot regulate our senses. So this is to sit for sadhana. And we can do that. It's not difficult to do. It will develop. But you can start even just with 10 minutes. You'd be surprised how much force develops in that. Start with 10 minutes or 15 minutes or half an hour. But at this time, 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., decide that at this time, this is going to be done. That's the end of the matter. There's no exception to that unless there's a real emergency of some kind. This has to be done at this time. We are doing that every day here. Vishnu Sahasranam starts at 7 o'clock a.m. every single day. And it is going to continue every single day. That's the bottom line. Come what may. That is not ever going to change. You see? So, and then that force will develop. It's developing further. बहुत इसमें benefit tremendous है. So it has to do with discipline. So this is one point. And then as time goes on, the amount of time that is spent is going to vary a bit. It's going to vary based on what's happening in your life and all that. But your internal development begins. Our inner development begins where our Anthakarna gets infused with bhajans. Bhajan, kirtan, stotram, shakti ka jo in the energies inside, the enjoyment, it turns into ecstasy. See if we can explain this point a bit. It's the most interesting thing. Our nervous system is set up for ecstatic absorption in God. Yes, there's a lot of research on this. This ecstasy is intense enjoyment. You can see devotees dancing and they're just, they're in intense love with God. And this is a sadhana. This is also, it's become a sadhana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji actually popularized and propagated this sadhana, and then it came in parampara. To dance. Naam Sankirtan. Naam ka kitna mahima hai. My God. Bhagwan ka naam. Right? So, again, that ecstasy will open by krupa. But that ecstasy is part of Anandamaya Kosha. Itna dhyan rakhna. Sometimes it happens. You listen to a lot of bhajans, you feel like, wow, you just feel like so high. It's like a drug. It's a drug without a drug, right? It's a drug without a drug. Koi baat nahi. That's a natural pleasure. It's not like your bodily level pleasure. It is a divine pleasure. But that is also part of the Anandamaya Kosha. Atma is beyond that. So as bhajans continue, there are going to be times when people get into bhajans, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. You can sometimes they sit for hours and you just wind up getting into that entire different world itself. And itna isme enjoyment aata hai. Bhajan Kirtan ka bahut mahima hai. But remember, that enjoyment is also limited because it is part of brain function. Yes, it is a neurological phenomena. It is where our Shakti, that is inside the brain spinal cord, it is resonating with the divine name, and by grace of God, the neurological system is changing so that the blockages inside are getting burnt away, destroyed. The granthis, these are called, the blockages, the knots, are getting destroyed by the divine name. So, what happens is that our antarik shakti, it becomes urdhva, it becomes purified. And then when we listen to bhajans and all, bhajans and mantras, there are waves of ecstasy that open from inside. This is called Ananda Taranga. Tarang means waves. And Anandake, because it's part of Anandamaya Kosh. It's still part of the causal body, interestingly enough. But that is a doorway into the Atma. So this kind of sthiti will develop eventually after some time. But you cannot just be in that ecstasy indefinitely. No, it is a wave. It will come and it will die down. It will opens and die down. Why is that happening? Because that is the divine power. Shakti is flowing in a different way to open the ecstasy from inside, and that cleans up the disturbances of the sukshma sharir. This is how bhajan kirtan works inside of us. And this is why Ishta Devata ki bhakti is necessary, because you're centered in one single pointed focus. And that will open up from within us this ecstatic function of the nervous system. Yes. But be careful. Do not chase that ecstasy. That's ahankar, that I just want more of that experience. Aisa nahi. Aata hai, let it come and let it go. Offer it back to God. Aapki daya hai, aapki krupa hai. And continue the path forward. Because after bhajan kirtan is established for many months, mantras and all that, we established pretty well. Then that opening into that silent dhyan, Bhagwan ke saath, that connected dhyana. Dhyana meaning the flow of the vritti to link with the Paramatma. That happens further. So the first level, Gunatitanand Swami explains, is Bhajan Kirtan. Second level is Dhyan. Because once you are fully established in Bhajan Kirtan through Bhakti Yoga, Upasana bhi clear hai, Bhagwan Sakar Sarupari Pratyaksh Karta Harta, ye sab clear. So the internal trash is all gone. The Ishta Bhakti is solid. The meditation area is very pure and clean, very nice, and you're ready to jump further into the relationship. You know how we say, let's take the relationship to a new level. We use this expression in the worldly life. Somebody starts dating and says, now we want to take it to a new level. Let's be more intense. People say, let's start living together, right? Sometimes that happens in this worldly life, right? People get to know each other and they like each other so much. So then the girl will move into the guy's house, so they move in. They're not married, but they say they start living together because we want to take it to the next level. Then we want to get engaged. All this kind of stuff happens. Bhagwan ke saath aisa hi hai. It's the same thing. You want it is a intimate bond. Take it to the next level. Dhyan is the next level. Bhajan Kirtan. Once you are established in Bhajan Kirtan, make a playlist of 1,000 bhajans. Make a decision to listen to 108 bhajans every day. This is how upasana is done. Bhagwan ka jo sakshatkar hota hai, it's not some spiritual entertainment. It is a very, very, very serious matter. And it is the only thing in life that matters. Nothing else is of any consequence compared to this. Nothing means absolutely nothing is equal to this. And nothing even matters compared to this. This is the only thing that matters. And in that, yes, you do seva, dharma, artha, kama, other things are going on in the sansar. It's going to continue. But running after this world as a blind person in this blind world, chasing after shadows, that is not going to produce anything in life. Vihaya kaman yah sarvan pumans charati nispruha. Bhagwan Shri Krishna Paramatma kehte hai in the Gita ji. You do your duty as a karma, offer it to me. Mat paraha. Yetu sarvani karmani. You offer all of your actions to me. You don't be concerned about this sansar. Asanga shastrena dradena chitva. Isko cut kar dena. Live in it, but cut it. A clean cut. Asanga. Chapter 15 of the Gita. With an axe of asangatva. Asangatva mera koi ही नहीं है, भगवान ही है बस. दिस इज प्योर अध्यात्म. आत्मा और मेरे परमात्मा, और वो परमात्मा सब में है. So there's love always. This is prem lakshana bhakti. Automatically prem lakshana bhakti. Duties are there with family and friends and everything else. Binding is not there. Aham and mamatva is not there. The examples we've given of how the binding happens, crying and shouting and screaming, and kitna murkhta hai, sab chhod do ye sab baat. There's no need to cry in weddings or funerals or anything like that. Bhagwan ki mala karo, take that energy and use it for bhakti. So many people are crying in funerals. This is all nonsense baatein sabhi. It has no meaning at all. It's a waste of time and energy, and you're crying for yourself, not for that person. Crying because of the negative things that have been said towards that person. That's the only reason why. One of the main reasons why, not the only reason. Oh, this person is gone, this person is gone. Because of you've internalized that person inside. Bhagwan ko internalize kijiye, not anybody else, not any being, not any form in this sansar. We read it yesterday, Gadada Madhya 30. And as I said before, this is going to be, this year, 100% adhyatman. There's not going to be any coming down from that, not even one level down. And the fact of the matter is, all the forms that are in this sansar, they are temporary, they are bubbles, and they come and they go. The Atma has nothing to do with that. And the Bhakta has nothing to do with it also. This is Param Vairagya. Has duty. Interaction is duty. Or the only concern is realization of Bhagavan. And nothing else. Duty is not this kam, krodh, lobh, moha, matsar, asha, trishna, irsha, ahankar, rag, dvesh, mera, tera, chinta, chal, kapat. That all this standard nonsense, this is all wiped out completely. It is washed out. It has no place. Because it is damaging bhakti. It is damaging upasana, damaging brain. It's only damaging the sansar. People are already damaged. People who are already sick and damaged, why to connect with their damage? Wish well for them. It's like a doctor, who goes into the ICU unit in the hospital doing rotations. He's got 100 patients he has to see or she has to see. So many diseases, and the doctor says, "Oh my God, you have so many diseases." The doctor says, "I also want that." Kitna murk. The doctor is there to solve that problem, not to internalize other people's issues. Do not bring any form of anyone inside the mind except God. भगवान का एक आकार अंतर में रखना. Ramakrishna Paramans, what did he do? Kalika Devi. That's it. He brought her completely inside. Mirabai brought Sri Krishna inside. Tulsidas Ji brought Ramchandra Ji inside. मुक्तानंद स्वामी, प्रेमानंद स्वामी, ब्रह्मानंद स्वामी, बड़े बड़े महाराज के परम, उन्होंने भगवान स्वामीनारायण का जो आकार था वो brought that inside. ध्यान रखो, see this point. भगवान की निष्ठा is so intense where when you bring God inside, that means bhajan, kirtan, manan, chintan, everything, the scriptures, stotras, mind is brimming, man mandir ban jata hai. It becomes purified. And then from that, it's not about telling anybody this. In this format, here we're talking about it. This is not to be spoken in this way with anybody outside. किसी की भी तैयारी नहीं है ये सब सुनने के लिए. No way. But one who is ready to say भगवान का साक्षात्कार ही करना है, तो once that determination is there, everything will line up. Don't fall back. Under any circumstances, don't fall back. You will see the fantastic development, what happens in this. So as time goes on, ध्यान, भगवान का ध्यान, तभी ध्यान में क्या है, इसमें बहुत, it's a very profound subject. But in simple language right now, what we can say, ध्यान is absorption. To be absorbed inside with so much love of the Murti. देवी की उपासना, for example, माता जी की देवी की उपासना है. My God, कितना आनंद है इसमें, right? आनंदेश्वरी, कितने स्तोत्र है, मंत्र है, bhajans are there. Look at the krupa of the Sant Parampara, of the sages that they have poured out their heart for the benefit of the billions of people in this world. They don't want anything from anybody. They are sent by that Divya Tattva to pour out Adhyatma and give it out as prasadam to the whole sansar. उनको क्या चाहिए? कुछ नहीं चाहिए. They're not here to take anything from anybody. They're only here to give, not to take. इसीलिए संत महिमा, अत्यंत महिमा है उनका, अपार महिमा है. निष्कुलानंद स्वामी, निष्कुलानंद काव्य, ब्रह्मानंद काव्य, संत ज्ञानेश्वर ने जो सब लिखा है, संत तुकाराम ने लिखा है, कितने, तुलसीदास जी ने लिखा है, संत परंपरा. That is the extraordinary blessing. This is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma is Sant Parampara. And they have poured it out. Poured it out. Like Niagara Falls, like that. Just continuously it's being poured out. Lalita Sahasranam, Vishnu Sahasranam, Shiv Sahasranam, kitne shastra, kitne mantra. This is all amrutam, divya amrut. Isko pina, isko jeena. And when we drink that amrutam, our mind becomes mandir. Anubhav ka prashna hai. It's not somebody's going to give Sachin a certificate saying now your mind is a mandir, here's a certificate, you've completed so many mantras. ऐसा नहीं होता. अनुभव का प्रश्न है, आनंद. कितना आनंद है inside. That is the only barometer. And with that ananda, here's the beautiful part. With the world outside, there is love, duty, seva, towards everybody. There's prem towards everybody. Vairagya doesn't mean, kya sab bakwas hai, sab nonsense about it. Not like this. Don't misunderstand, please. Yes, Vairagya means in one sense, cut away the internal binding with the names and forms. We read that yesterday, Madhya Tirdi, Garada Madhya Tirdi. Yes, but it also means, because Vairagya plus Bhakti, Vairagya by itself doesn't mean anything. It is Shushka Vairagya. Somebody might say, I have Vairagya, but Bhakti nahi hai, Premi nahi hai, iska koi arth nahi hai. That kind of Vairagya. Vairagya plus Bhakti. When you mix them together, then the interaction with the people around us is 100% Prem. It's love, 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 love. Seva. Seva, Prem. You know, there's love, there's seva, there is harmony, there's automatically. You don't have to do anything for that. Automatically, the right action is there. Because there's vairagyam, there's no binding. Because there's bhakti, there's 100% seva and duty with love, and there's a realization each jivatma is to progress, but the binding inside, the mamatva inside, that transmutes. Children are there, families there, parents are there, because your link is with, in Gujarati we say, drashti pochi gayi chhe Bhagwan na swarupma. This is the goal. Duty karni, proper, it has to be done. Cannot ignore family, cannot ignore. Some people have done that also by mistake. Vairagya ho gaya, sab chhod de. Who cares about family? Ignore people, run away here. That is not Vairagya. Vairagya is re-establishing a new kind of vision, or establishing a new vision with the same people around us. That is Vairagya. Same people, same objects, same job. That's not going to change. But the internal vision changes. And because of that, the internal energy is no longer stuck in ahankar and in mamatva. Mera tera, mera tera. Yeah, children, if you have children, for example, they're children of the body, not of the Atma. Atma doesn't have any children. Atma doesn't have any parents. Atma doesn't have anybody except Paramatma. Yasya Atma Shariram. Yasya Aksharam Shariram. This solid understanding, faith, Shraddha, with this, sit in front of the Bhagwan ki murti ke aap satya hai. Aap hi sarvasva, that is you. And there's nothing other than you. There's only you and there's nothing other than you. Then there's no doubt that that param sthiti can be reached. Every human being can reach this param sthiti with these truths embedded inside. This is Sanatan Dharma. There's no need to waste time, no need to waste energy, no need to unnecessarily waste our speech. We over-talk nonsense things 90% of the time. Stop all that. There's no need for that. Bhagwan ka naam lena. Some people will not like it. If they don't like it, wish well for them, let them go on. Because there's 4 types of jivatma. Vishay, there's Pamar, Vishay, Mumukshu, Mukta. 4 of them. We've talked about it before. Somebody will say, oh, you're doing so much bhakti. So why are you bothered by that? If you're bothered by that, then you be bothered by that. Don't bother with all those people if that is happening. Leave them alone. Wish well for them. But you said this is what I have to do. It's like a person who has to go for some treatment in the hospital or dialysis. What if the other people are saying, in friends and families, like, what nonsense you're doing? I said, whatever you think I have to get my treatment. Aapko jo karna hai wo karo. Don't bother me in this. I have to go to the hospital. I have to go to this doctor. I have to go here, there. I have to do this to get the treatment. Isn't it so? This is the treatment for the soul. Satsang is not some entertainment, some few Sunday sabhas and satsangs and all that. That is just a very beginning. That is only 0.0000000000001%. Those satsang programs. They're just the very beginning. Good, it's a beginning, but it's not the end. They are just the tiniest little beginning. Then 99% of your sadhana is going to be done at home. It cannot be done anywhere else. How much you are going to run around? How many places? Mandiro mein jana. Time spent karna. You cannot spend 8 hours in the temples. It's not going to happen. You have other things to do. Most of your sadhana is, and in fact, eventually we get to the point where all 24 hours is sadhana. Sadhana, everything is sadhana. Drinking a cup of coffee is sadhana. Going to work is sadhana. Talking to people, doing your duties is sadhana. Everything is in the light of God. How can it not be? That is the real goal. This is how beautiful. There is saundarya. This is what Shankaracharya ji is teaching us. Adi Shankaracharya ji, Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya ji. Kya kehte hain? Saundarya. Saundarya lehri. See, lehri, waves of beauty. Waves of beauty. That is the Mahashakti herself. She is nothing. Devi jo hai. She is pure. I mean, it is transcendental beauty. Who doesn't want beauty? Saundarya. What a word that is. It's a huge scripture. Scripture is there, Saundarya Lehri. Where is that Saundarya? Inside of us. How does it open? Through bhajans. It opens slowly, slowly, slowly. It's not like you can sit for 10 hours of bhajan. Do for like half an hour. Do it well. Sit, listen, sing the bhajans, learn the bhajans. Do the same ones again many, many times. Let them be absorbed inside. And then interact with everyone with a lot of love, affection, care. Do not fall back on our duties. Karmannevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. This thing that we're describing here, sitting in dhyan and meditation and bhajan and all that, that doesn't mean discarding one's duties. No. This is just a time, it is a sadhana time for you and Paramatma. That has to be there. But that, sometimes people are doing that so much, they ignore everything else. Ignore so many, no. Then it becomes an escape, it's not sadhana. There's a difference between listening to bhajan kirtan as an escape and versus real, heartfelt, loving sadhana. And heartfelt, loving sadhana is going to open up when we do not ignore our duties. Every single person in this sansar, has to have clear vision. Okay, what is my right action in my life right now, given my life circumstances? What is the right action towards the people that I'm interacting with? इसके लिए भगवान को प्रार्थना करना. Guide us. Talk to others also. Find out what is the right action. And then take that action. Don't fall back. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's life is unique. Everyone's life circumstances are different. So because of that, we have to find out for ourselves, by seeing the whole picture, what is the right action towards family, friends, relatives, people, pets, the sansar in general. What is my right kind of relationship? That is called dharma. Dharma doesn't mean religious affiliation. Dharma means sat acharan. Dharma gneyo sadachara shruti smrti prapadita. Shikshapatri mein definition Maharaj ne diya hai. It's very clear. And until and unless I can find out what the right actions are towards the other people, my upasana bhakti will also get disturbed. They go together. That is also upasana bhakti. Upasana bhakti is not just sitting in the temple and creating the room and meditate. Wo to hai. But that is also a complement to the rest of your life. That is part of the sadhana. Then that same Paramatma's presence is there as in the form of karma yoga. So the ananda doesn't go away. Ananda doesn't diminish at all. Akhanda anand mein pravesh. Apne Gujarati mein kehun akhanda anand mein pravesh. Akhanda, unbroken ananda. There's a beautiful sentence I heard from one of the commentators on the Gita. It was a female lady. I think her name is Jaya Rao, R-O Rao or something like that. She's got a lot of pravachans on the Gita. I heard one sentence she spoke many years back, and I actually printed it out and put it on in one of these walls at my place. I'll show it to you if you come here. If you cannot find rest in activity, you will never find it. You can write this down. It's a very powerful sentence. If you, meaning all of us, if you cannot find rest in activity, I-N, and then the next word is activity, comma. If you cannot find rest in activity, you will never find it. She was talking about Karma Yoga, and she spoke that sentence, and that has stayed with me for the last 10 years. I actually printed it out and put it on the wall. Because, ye baat hai. This is the master key. Finding rest, restful, sthita prajna, anandamaya. See, that rest comes from this upasana, from this bhajan, bhakti, that meditation room, dhyan. Mind becomes very strong and pure. And then, when we perform activity, the activity is performed through that rest, in that rest. If we cannot find rest, meaning we must find rest in activity, not inactivity. Activity has to continue. Physical, mental activity to karni hi chahiye. And by delaying the right actions, we're doing a disservice to ourselves, to our family. Don't delay the right actions. In Shikshapatri mein bhi likha hai, dharmanu kam tatkal karvu. I think it's slok number 46, if I'm not mistaken. Do not delay. Do not delay the right action. And something that is adharma, that is going in wrong direction, do not take that action right away. Do not take that action at all, in fact. Think 100 times before going in there, before putting a cigarette in the mouth, or taking a drug, or making a bet, or whatever it might be. Leave those things, see where that will go. Ye sab gyan ki baat hai. But jo dharma ki baat hai, the right actions, when you know that right action, do not delay. Isko delay nahi karna. Dharmanu kam tatkal karvu. Dharmani kriya tatkal. Tatkal means immediate. Do it at the right time. Do not delay that. Extremely important. And this is how we find rest in action. In action, not inaction. Rest is not inaction. Rest is in action. Kitni sundar baat. That's something amazing. Rest is in action. This is Karma Yoga. I love that. I mean, that's just has stayed. I've meditated on that for many years. Kya amazing people, extraordinary people are there. Who have expounded on the Gita. These are blessings of God. That such people are there. They're pouring out their wisdom, knowledge for all of us, so we can gain from that, share more. It's all prasadam that has to be shared. These things that all of you are writing down, share with others in whatever right way. And that it is a divya prasad. So these are all beautiful things to consider. Lot to say. Bahut anand hai isme. Lot of prayers for everyone. During this new year. Life is very short, folks. In one sense, it may seem very long, but it's actually quite short. And this time that is available for this body, for this mind, वो जो आत्मा का साक्षात्कार है, भगवान का साक्षात्कार, that realization is going to happen. It's already there. It's not like it's not realized. You're already that. Thou art already that. And with that, our satsang continues, our bhajans continue. These are some thoughts for today on upasana, ishta bhakti, vairagya, dharma. So it's all hanging together. It's all only one. Right? So with that, let's stop here for now. ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम गंगणपते नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। ओम ह्रीं स्वाहा।